Oh hi, I was convinced I was about to be murdered in San Francisco. So maybe you did, or maybe you didn't, see my last video. I mistakenly let my passport expire, and by basically spending a lot of money, I was able to renew it and go on the trip I had been planning for a few months. Now I was traveling with my good friend Jen. She puts up with a lot of my eccentricities, but because we were both trying to be budget conscious, we decided to get an Airbnb for this trip. I've loved Airbnb in the past. I've used it quite a bit. I have never had an issue. Even the time I was in Seattle and the woman renting out the place was about a pair short of a full house, if you understand my metaphor. I don't. What I usually do when I've rented an Airbnb is that I text the person a couple of days before just to make sure that everyone is on the same page. Plus, I want to let them know if I'm going to be late or if any travel arrangements have needed to be changed. What was worrying was that the host wasn't messaging me back. It was complete radio silence up until the night before, where through the app he sent information about the code I would need to get into the house and into my room. Nothing weird so far, except for the strong smell of sulfur in the air and the numbers 666 constantly appearing. But that's millennials for you. Smash cut to touching down in San Francisco, another message through the app. He lets me know that the code to enter the house has been malfunctioning and that I might not be able to get in. Which, let's be serious, doesn't mean that I might not get in, it means I won't. But I hold out hope that I'm wrong. It's 8 p.m. Pitch dark in San Francisco. We pull up to the house, we find the door that is mentioned, I bring out the app where it has the code I'm supposed to type in, and I punch it in and make sure to hit that pound key. Nothing. Door doesn't open. Sigh. I try again, same thing. Well, this isn't going well. So I decide, let's let him know. So I go to his profile on Airbnb and I see the phone number that's listed beside his name and I text it to see if he can come outside and let us in. Silence. Nothing. No response. Not even the ellipses to show that somebody is typing a response to you. I wait 5 minutes. I send another text, still nothing. Okay, well, let's phone him. Maybe for some reason he's not realizing he's receiving texts. Possibly he's trying to win that 300 grand from The Rock. Who knows? So I phone him. Goes directly to voicemail. Fabulous. But then the female voice informs me that his mailbox is full and I can't even leave a message. It's basically the relationship I have with my mom and dad. Texting hasn't worked. Phoning hasn't worked. I quickly wonder if I'm the type of person who calls 911 in these situations or if I should just spend a bunch of money on a hotel. But I come up with one more option. I open up the Airbnb app on my phone. There's a messaging service that they provide in-app. So I message him about not being able to get in. I ask if he could come out and help. Almost instantly, he responds. He apologizes but then says he can't come out to let us in because he doesn't even live in the country anymore. Fantastic. This is so great. However, he follows that up by saying that he can open up the garage door remotely and we can walk in. Sure enough, as if like by magic, the garage door opens. And at this point, I'm 57% sure that I am about to be murdered. I mean, this is how bad horror movies start. I am sure that if this were a movie, that there would be someone in a theater yelling, "Don't go in there, you crazy!" Well, guilty. I crazy. Because Jen and I go into the garage. Now, to be fair, I had dialed 911 and was hovering over the 1 just in case I needed to get first responders there quickly. And I was expecting the worst. Some creepy puppet, or a room full of blood, or just Wolf Blitzer sitting at the dining room table ready to talk about whatever. All of these awful situations were running through my mind. But everything turned out okay. The room was fine, the code worked. The only thing that was weird was the lone Kraft cheese slice that was in the fridge. It took all my willpower not to eat it. What I learned was that we certainly live in the future. The fact that somebody out of country was still able to let me into their house and I could enjoy the rest of my vacation is remarkable when you think about it. And also I recommend always traveling with someone else so that you can push them towards the werebeast that is Wolf Blitzer as you run for the door. Well, what about you? Have you ever been in a creepy travel experience? What was it? How did you survive? How many souls does Wolf Blitzer need to satiate his cruel, dark hunger? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. My name is Kyle. I upload videos every Monday and Thursday. If you liked what you watched, consider doing all that YouTube stuff. You can even click the bell so that you're notified when I upload. Plus, you can help me even further by becoming a Patreon supporter for only $1 per month. Not to alarm you, but anyone who watches this video does die in 3 days. Mostly from boredom, I'd imagine.